when you coming up, man, and we always say the words like, we're trying to find ourselves, right? But really, we're just trying to chase our future self. It's not about finding ourselves. We know what the fuck we're doing right now. It's about putting down on paper or knowing who the fuck you want to be.
Well, the human conquest is to get better.
Right.
Just to get better at life.
Just to get better at life. And it's like, damn, I love that analogy, like with our technology, bruh. Like on a monthly basis, right? Sometimes more, sometimes less. Like our iPhone, right? They drop the iOS, right? New iOS update. Like constantly getting better, right? There's never going to be an iPhone or a Mac that's it. Like, but this is the version. This is it. This is the phone. We ain't coming out with no more. Like, that's all you need. That is it.
Right.
No, as soon as you drop one, they already upscaling. We working on the next thing.
Right.
How can we get better? What do we need to do to get better?
That's true. Just refining.
Yeah, they never sitting on this. They never sitting on like, man, we did that. We dropped that. Like they victories very small. They celebrate they failures just like they victories. I mean, that's why they always say, like, man, technology is advancing so quickly.
Yeah, because it never stops.
Never stops.
Right.
It's only going to get worse. Can you imagine 1,000 years from now?
The problem is, with people, we get to a certain level, and then we stop.
Right.
We get to a certain level, then we stop, then we get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because the gap, your future self, because you learn new things every day, your future self is constantly evolving, but you are holding it back.
Right.
So that's where depression comes from.
Yeah, that's how it starts.
That's how it starts. What's going on, people? This is Nigel.
This is Brad.
And this is the Uplift Fitness Club podcast. This is not trust the process.
Love the process.
This is fall in love with the process.
Yeah.
It's a difference.
There is a difference.
It's a difference. And what's the process? That's one thing I want to make the distinction between is the way that people tend to operate. Mm-hmm. The way that people tend to operate is they think life is the process. And anything you do in life is part of the process. No, it's not part of the process. Your process is your individual experience. So what you do is going to determine what you become, right?
Right.
So, when people say, I'm going to just trust the process, a lot of times they're just giving it to God. They feel like I have to wait, I have to be patient. You have to go get what you want. It's not, it might come to you 5 years, 5 months, whatever it may be. And that's bad for you for real, because then you just think things just come to you. So the process is the action. Give the people a quote, man. We're going to start y'all off with some quotes. I'm feeling a little bit agitated right now.
Gotta have a goal, and that go back to the goals.
Right.
We had goals last week, last podcast.
True. That's
right?
true.
Right. Goals shape identity. Identity shapes actions, and your actions shape who you're going to become.
Say it again.
So your goals, right?
Right.
Your goals shape your identity. Your identity shapes your actions, and your actions will shape who you will become.
Who you will become. Your actions shape who you will become.
And this is why goals are so important.
Right.
This is why you gotta have these goals, man.
Gotta have the goals because your goals become you.
They become you. This is how personality is developed.
So your personality emanates from your goals.
Yes, sir.
But what if you don't have goals?
Oh man.
What happens when you don't have goals?
You become that guy on the couch.
You become. So if you don't have goals, you don't have foresight.
Right.
You don't have insight. You don't have no type of sight.
Right.
You're blind. So you just sitting there.
I'm just going with the wind.
And what happens when we could take everything figurative, literal, whatever. A blind person needs a guide. Maybe you can operate, in the area that with your walking stick, whatever it is. But at some point in a new area, you're gonna need a guide. So when you're inactive and you don't have insight, you don't have foresight because you're not setting goals for yourself, then somebody gonna guide you to wherever you want to go. Now, do you want to go where you want to go, or do you want the world to just put you wherever it wants to put you?
Absolutely. That's why, you touched on this, right? Being specific with your goals. Write down exactly what you want, right? No open-ended. Just put down exactly what you want. Right. Because I remember when I wrote down a goal, I I got what I wanted.
Right.
Because that's what I wrote down.
Right.
But I was like, oh man, I don't
I'm
really
gonna
know.
make this amount.
Yeah. I was like, I want to make this amount, and I got that amount.
Because you can get it anyway. Anywhere you gonna get it. That's how you got it. And then when you got it,
man.
well, what happened?
When I got it, I'm like, I don't know if this is not exactly what I wanted.
But now you stuck.
But
or you feel like you stuck.
right. And what I did was I just created new goals.
Right.
Right. And eventually, a few months later, I got out of that situation, and I turned into something different.
That's Nipsey said. I had to write some new goals because I reached all my old ones. I be feeling like somebody reached out and chose us.
Oh man.
Man, hey, a lot of people, they like the problem comes in where like you reach your goals, and then you just got there and now you there and you don't know what to do next. Like it's almost like going up a mountain. A lot of times people get to the top of a mountain. Only thing to do, it's harder to go back down than it was to get up.
Right.
Because you had something that you were working towards. Going back down, you ain't got nothing. Some people die going back down the mountain. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, you graduate from college, you graduate from high school. Maybe you got your certification, whatever it is you were working towards. Or you got the woman or the man that you was trying to get, and now you just got them. And you don't have no plans after that. You just wanted to get them. Now you got it. Yeah. You got them, whatever it is. And then you don't know what to do.
Right.
You just wanted it.
That reminds me of like, they say like life after retirement for like an athlete.
Right.
It's like, okay, we didn't accomplish everything, or even like athletes, they made it to this professional level. That was always their goal, to make it to the NFL, right, at the highest level. But then that's it. Right?
So then when they got there,
it's like,
they couldn't get that second contract, that third contract. Right. Because they didn't do nothing when they got there.
Right, their whole goal was just to make it there.
So what's the difference between the person who gets there and then goes to the next level, and the next level, and the next level, and then all of a sudden you just end up, you at your retirement party and you got 500 people that you changed half of their lives. Yeah. What's the difference between that person and the person who shows up for 30 years and then retires and nobody knows their name?
That relates back to habit stacking, goal setting, right, and loving the process.
Loving the process.
Loving the process of accepting a new challenge, right?
And you know what, man? Oh man, you think, you thinking that you just gonna do this for 10 years, and then you gonna chill, and then that's what you thinking, that this ain't for you.
I used to think like that.
I used to think like that too.
When I thought, I'm just gonna work hard, put all that work in, and then I'm gonna cool it,
and then
chill
what?
out.
And he's just gonna live your life.
Yeah, man.
He's gonna live your life with no goals. You gonna go crazy. You gonna go crazy. This universe, when you idle, with the idle mind is the devil's playground. Like this universe is not built. Your body is not built. Your mind is not built to just sit in one spot,
idle, right,
and stay there. So let me get him something, man.
What you got, man?
The process. We talking about the process.
The
process. We've determined the process is action. It's concerted and intentional action. So if you're in a place that you don't want to be, or even if you're in a place that you want to be, because I'm sure you don't want to be there forever, in order to change where you are and apply the process, you have to start a trend, right? Now, if that's a change in behavior, let's say you want to get up early, whatever it might be, something that's going to change what you do and it's going to yield results. You start a trend, right? Turn the trend into a habit, right? Then turn the habit into a lifestyle.
It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. You're going to have your rough spots.
Yeah.
Where it's like, man, I'm tired. And that's okay.
Right.
You're going to be tired.
Yeah.
But you got to stick with it. 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 Listen, ain't nothing you do over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Eventually, you're going to break through.
Yeah.
You break. There's no way you working hard as hell Monday to Monday.
Right.
And not seeing no results.
Not just 1 week.
I'm talking about Monday to Monday.
Right.
For several months, and you ain't seeing nothing. For a year,
right,
and you ain't seeing nothing. For 2 years, and you ain't seeing nothing.
Yeah. And you know what? Some people will tell you that they've been putting in work for months on end, years on end at the same thing, and they just not seeing no results.
Or we need to set new goals.
Or you might need to shift. Maybe you're doing the wrong thing. You putting your energy into the wrong stuff.
We need to set new goals.
And it's something that you ignoring.
Loving the process, man. I remember, back in the day, right? As a kid, I'm playing Call of Duty, right?
Right.
I'm sorry as hell. I'm getting I'm on the game, man, and I'm getting destroyed.
Yeah.
I'm getting destroyed. I never played any shooting games before prior to that Call of Duty, right? Game. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Right? It's real popular. Everybody had it. I'm like, all right, let me go buy it. I'm online and I'm getting destroyed.
Yeah.
I'm talking about I'm getting like one kill. I done died like 20 times. The other team got helicopters, bombs dropping down, and I helped contribute to that because I'm sorry. Right? I was the guy on the team with nah.
Everybody mad.
Yeah.
Everybody mad.
They checking the kills and the deaths, and they're like, man, this is because of this dude. Right? But I always visioned myself as being better, right? I was trusting the process. I knew that I could be better. I knew I was going to get better. I knew one day,
right,
I ain't going to be that guy that's dying like this.
Yeah.
So every kill that somebody was murking me on there,
right.
I was checking the they call it the death cam, something like that.
Uh-huh.
And I was watching it, seeing how they was killing me, how they seen me, where they was hiding at, and I was studying it over and over and over and over. Probably I was sorry for at least a month or two.
Right.
Something just happened. Third month, going in the game, I went 10-0. I'm like, everybody, look, I went 10-0. Y'all see that?
Right.
They're like, dang, well, that's fluke. Yeah, it ain't hot. Next game start up, I go 15-5.
Yeah.
They're like, dang, okay. All right.
You playing with the same people?
Yeah, I'm playing with the same people.
Okay.
Nothing changed. Okay. 2 weeks later, 30-5. I'm like, dang, what the heck? I'm laughing. I'm just like how you just start laughing. I'm laughing. Top of the leaderboards.
Yeah.
Kill cam, that's me now. I'm that guy. I'm that new guy. I'm that new guy now. And it was all because, right, I love the process, right? Even through the failures, I love the process. I see myself as a winner, even though I was losing over and over and over again. I was losing, but I see myself as a winner.
The difference is the mindset.
That's all it was.
The difference is the mindset. Like, now, when you was a teenager, you loved that game.
I love that game.
Love that game. There's a lot of teenagers like that. And because they loved it, it didn't matter. Because you loved it, it didn't matter that you was getting killed.
Didn't matter
that people was talking about you.
Didn't matter.
It didn't matter that you was failing 3 classes.
It didn't matter.
It didn't matter. You was coming home, you was playing that game, and you was getting better and better every day. Even if people didn't see it.
Right.
You was getting better every single day. That's perseverance. I'm going to read the definition of perseverance. It's persistence in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. Persistence in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. That only emanates from love. Now,
man, you gonna have to run that back, man.
Persistence in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success, which only emanates from love.
It's big facts.
How can you do something over and over despite the fact that it's hard, despite the fact that it's difficult? You don't want to keep going, but you still do it. You still showing up every single day. It gotta be because you love it, because you care about it. What do you value? What do you value? You have to always remember what you value. You have to always remember what you value, because what you value dictates what you do. And what you do determines how far you go and when. Okay? Now we getting somewhere.
Yeah.
All right? We getting somewhere. So, perseverance. How does someone persevere even though it's not going their way? What do you hold on to? Why would you keep doing something that's not benefiting you in the here and now?
It's not about being true to yourself. It's about being true to that self that you want to become.
Hey, you gotta say that again, man.
It's not about being true to yourself. It's about being true to that self that you want to become.
The self that you want to become.
That girl or that guy that you want to become.
That you see in your mind's eye.
That's what you got to stay true to.
And you know what? The inaction is everything. Bob Proc, I call him Proc. Proc say the universe operates in polar opposites. Everything has a polar opposite. So if you are acting in accordance with and you're being true to the person that you want to become, that means you're putting in work consistently based on that image in your head.
Right.
But the opposite is you're not putting in any work, any action based on that image in your mind's eye, but you still have an image of what you could be. Everyone seems to feel like they have potential. It's some people that it might be debatable. I don't know, but everyone has in their head, I got this. I'm good at something. Everybody know they're good at something.
Right.
But if you ain't doing nothing, then the gap continues to widen. So, in your mind, you could lift 200 pounds. You could be a damn astronaut. You could be a professor at Harvard.
Right.
But in your actions, in your habits, in your daily life, you living in your mom's basement.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You driving the hoopty. You got $200 in your bank account.
Hey man, I'm driving the hoopty, man.
You can't wait. I'm driving the hoopty too, but it's for a different reason. I'm not finna be driving the hoopty in 2 years. I know what I'm saying. You don't even have the means to go to the next level.
Right.
Because your action is not in accordance with, and it's not true to your future self.
Absolutely.
We gotta give the people some resources though, man. We can't just talk about the negative side. So how long, stamina, man, it's stamina. Like everybody can do something once.
Yeah.
But can you do it for 82 games? Can you do this every day? I woke up this weekend, right? Now even, I'm gonna put it on me. I'm pretty sure you never speaking from a place of, we judging people. Like we
Right.
chastising you. Even though it
Not
might
at all.
seem like that because we the only ones talking. I ain't speaking from that place. Over the summer, I start watching E.T. He get you hype. I'm waking up at 3:30 in the morning.
Right.
I listen to the guru story.
Right.
When you wanna succeed as bad as you wanna breathe, then you'll be successful. I said, damn, I gotta change my habits, right? Then COVID, I had to go back to work. I wasn't working at that time. So now I'm waking up, instead of 3:30 in the morning, I'm waking up at 5, then it turned into 6, then it turned into 7, and then before you know it, I'm back to my habits from last year. Okay? Now 2 months go by, and I'm still operating like that. But in my mind, I know what I want. I know what I want to do, where I want to be.
The conscious is talking to
It's
you.
my subconscious talking to me. So then I'm sitting down, I'm doing the same thing that I'm always doing. On Sunday night, I pull my phone out of my pocket, and at this particular moment, I'm like, Nigel, what are you doing? Like, bro, you do this every day. You about to go on Instagram, you about to go on YouTube, watch the same people talk about the same stuff. It's just a new week.
Right.
So what's gonna change? What's gonna be the catalyst that takes you from the normal to the next level? Cause for real, this business about to take off. Brandon already got where he trying to be. He continuing to evolve. If you don't continue to evolve, you're gonna be left behind. That's my constantly telling myself that, like, what are you gonna do today that's gonna put you in the position you wanna be in your future?
Right.
So I put the phone down. It's 9:30. I said it's the perfect time to change your life today. It's 9:30. It's the perfect time to start preparing for bed, do everything you need to do so you can put your head on the pillow at 10:30.
Right.
So I put the phone upstairs, put the alarm on for 4:30 in the morning. I'm like, I'm not taking no for an answer today. Right? I said I'm not taking no for an answer today.
Yeah.
I put the dog to bed. I put my head on the pillow, and then I woke up at 4:30. I was tired. My body was tired. But my mind, I said, no. I got up.
We good.
Washed my mouth, said, we good. I got something I got to do. I said, I got a calling. I worked out, did something for me. I meditated, which I hadn't done in like 2 months. I said the affirmation over and over. I'm gifted, hardworking, dedicated, and I will succeed because I'm confident in my ability to execute under any circumstances. I'm an unstoppable force predestined to lead greatness. Ideas emanate from my being. Execution comes second nature to me. Therefore, once I set my intentions, the positive outcome is inevitable. I believe in the law of attraction. It has never failed me before. Therefore, I will use it to my benefit from this point forward. I am gifted. I said it over and over.
Right.
And then the next day, that's the true test. Because
Yeah.
everybody can get inspired in one moment to do something that day, or that hour, that moment.
Right.
But can you do it the next day?
Right.
And the next day? And the next day? It's
The next day.
perseverance.
Yeah,
Can you
man.
run through them? Can you run through
Some people can't take it over
Over
and
and
over
over
and
and
over
over
and
and
over
over
again.
again.
Yeah. I mean, it's difficult, man. That's I started thinking about just your environment that you create for yourself, so that way you can keep producing.
Right.
You know, that's there's gonna be a lot of things in your way to keep you from producing. That's hard, man.
You can't eliminate it though.
Yeah.
When I was up on Monday and Tuesday, I was because the other thing is I planned in rest.
Mm-hmm.
So today I knew I could go to my apartment back in Baltimore and get some sleep, because right now I'm not at that level. You can't just jump into it full-fledged. I'm not at that level where I could wake up 4:30 every single day.
Right.
I could do it 3 times, 4 times a week.
Mm-hmm.
But what I was saying over and over, I was like, look at what you value, like in a positive way. Like, I'm up at 4:30 in the morning. Who doing this? Like, look at what you value, bro. Like, look at how you feel right now.
Right.
Like, really take note of how you feel, because you're doing exactly what you said you wanted to do.
Right.
Then my whole mindset started to flip. I started saying, man, it's the best day I had all week. It's Monday. I'm like, it's the best day I had all week. Like, it's Tuesday. Everything I do, like, I'm crossing off stuff off the list. I'm working towards, Uplift. I'm working on myself and my eating and my training. I'm just putting in work in the areas that mean the most to me. And because of that, it's a successful day, which gets more success. So the one thing I would encourage people to do, I know we all over the place, but to persevere, you have to minimize what's on your plate. And that doesn't mean to start ignoring things. It's just, if you spend 2 hours a day on YouTube, Instagram, maybe you spend 30 minutes. But then determine the few things that are the most important every day that are going to give you the satisfaction that you need. So for me, it's working out. I'm trying to become a strength and conditioning coach. So studying, then there's meditating. That's just personal investment. And then the last one, what's the last one? The business.
Right.
If I pour something into working out, studying, meditating, and the business every single day, that's a success. I don't care what else happens. Now, your bills, that's automatic. You're supposed to do that. Eating, that's automatic. Walking my dog, automatic. Them 4 things got to get done in order for me to have a successful day. So if people can just determine the few things that are the most important for them, it's going to be easy to persevere. As long as you just accomplish them, you can't take no for an answer.
Having that structure, man.
Yeah.
So you can continue to love that process.
Love the process. You know what? People don't know themselves.
Yeah.
To know what they love.
Yeah.
Self-evaluation is an art that's lost on the minds of many.
I feel like it's only going to get worse.
Why you say that?
Because we have many distractions, man, to really pull you away from what you're really about. I mean,
that's true.
The news, TV shows, the internet, there's a lot of things out there that is not in line with what we really about.
Right.
Right. That can consume you quickly.
Easy. For 8 hours.
Quickly. You will be online, you be watching the show, you be watching whatever.
Oh my God.
Entertainment out there that you consider entertainment.
You're right.
Is not in line with what you really about. But it will consume you quickly. I mean, there's people out there that are studying this, man. They study us.
It's human behavior.
Study us to know, okay, how can we pull this audience in and keep this audience for as long as possible.
That's what the money is.
Right?
Yeah.
And you ain't getting nothing done.
You just consuming.
Just consuming.
Consumer's
mindset. That's what they call it, consumer's mindset.
Goodness,
and it's easy to get in there. I've been in times, even days, where I may struggle, right? I put on my phone and I'm looking at NFL. I'm reading.
Right.
Hour and a half went by. I'm like, God dang, an hour and a half.
Mad about it too.
Yeah, hour and a half. I just picked up my phone, watched like 2 videos. Now I'm looking at a documentary about someone. Now I'm reading about who stiff arm who. Now I'm reading about why he ain't played Sunday. Highlights. Now I'm going back to see who ACL got teared.
What happened to him?
Oh dang, I remember this dude. Now let me go back and watch this video. And as you know, it went from I was supposed to be on my phone for 10 minutes. I was just watching a 10-minute video. Right. Now I done watched several videos.
And you done read the biography of 10 people.
Yeah, and I can tell you everything.
Achieved their goals.
Right.
And you reading about it.
I can tell you what hometown he from.
What his sister did.
What his sister did. What his mama
lived.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I
mean, it's addictive, man, and I think it's only going to get worse with our kids and our kids, man. They got what's the thing they put on their eyes, man? The virtual.
That's coming.
All this stuff, man. That's coming, man.
That's coming.
It's gonna be real. Probably about 10 years when they get it really down. People just gonna be sitting in their couch with a virtual game, drooling.
And you know what?
Like they ain't concerned with real life. I just want to be on here, mom.
Cause their job might be virtual. You got a virtual reality job. Hey, you know what the pandemic has taught me, or not taught me, but it's kind of revealed.
Yeah.
It just for me it just made everything that isn't necessary obvious.
Right.
Like you knew some stuff wasn't necessary, but then when the pandemic hit and you couldn't go out, right away, or you couldn't eat certain things, couldn't go to the store as easily, whatever it is, even maybe your job might have been, you realize your job wasn't necessary.
Right.
It's like everything just kind of got the mask got taken off, or the curtains got pulled back. Like, yeah, all this stuff wasn't worth a damn.
Right.
And not to say that like leisure and leisurely activities isn't useful or like doesn't have value. It's just like this is the bottom of Maslow's hierarchy of needs is the base: food, water, shelter, and human interaction or something like that. That's what you need, and then everything else is just the icing on the cake. So it's like, you have to determine who you are when you boil it down to a root. Like, who are you? What do you care about? That's why we talked about value in the beginning of this podcast. Like, what do you value? That it. You know what? Some people even know their values, and that's probably the worst predicament to be in.
Yeah.
Is to be the conscious person who's stuck in inaction.
I've been there.
I've been there.
Yeah. A lot of people been there.
A lot of people have. So how you unlock it, man? Got it. Got one. Been holding this quote. Been holding it. And this is a person you need to look up. You listen to this, look this person up. John C. Maxwell. That's one of the books that changed my life, man. In the first wave, my life come in waves. The first wave of just execution, John C. Maxwell. My baseball coach gave me this book. It's called Failing Forward. In this book, he said, you're more likely to act yourself into feeling than to feel yourself into action. So act. You're not going to sit on your couch all day thinking about what you want to do and then, oh man, that would be nice. That sure would be nice if do it.
Yeah.
That's the key. The key is just to take
do it.
The first step, then follow that John up with the next step.
Nike hard, man. They quote what they slogan.
I don't know how they got the rights to that.
Just do it.
Everybody said that before. I don't know how they get the rights.
And just do it. And they got the capital, man. They done bought that thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
man. That's all it is, man. Just do it. Man, fall in love with that process. Fall in love with your future self.
And yourself now too.
Had that vision.
Yourself now. Fall in love with your future self.
Yeah.
But also you gotta fall in love with yourself as you are.
Yeah.
Because you have to see yourself as valuable enough to become that future self.
Absolutely. And it would definitely hit off right away, because as you're falling in love with your future self and you're pursuing your future self, you are your future self.
That's true.
Tomorrow. Like, if you putting in the work to be who you want to become, guess what? You are making the necessary steps right now.
And your future self is thanking you.
Right now.
Looking at you like, man, boy, I knew you had it. I knew you. We was messed up. We was messed up, but I knew you had it in you. Hey, man, I want to give y'all some words of encouragement, man. I feel like we get a little bit, not negative, but analytical, and it can make people start to view themselves a certain way. But if you're listening to this, if you at this point in the podcast, like that J. Cole at the end of J. Cole album,
yeah, man, I mess with you, man.
I mess with you, man. If you're listening to this right now, that means you're looking for some personal development, and you're looking for how to get to the next step. Or maybe you just bang with us like that. But it's like, you have everything you need. You have all the prerequisite tools within you in order to propel yourself into who you want to become. You might not have the knowledge base, but you can get it. You know what I'm saying? You know that.
Man, just know you can do it, man.
Yeah.
You can do it. Just wake up tomorrow and literally just do it.
Yeah.
You can do it. You can get it done. You are the right person.
You're going to be sitting back.
You the answer. Wasn't that Paul Pierce's nickname? The Answer.
Nah, man, it's
That one
Allen
Paul
Iverson, man.
Damn, what Paul Pierce's name?
He the truth.
The Truth.
Which that's one of the most underrated nicknames.
The Truth was hard.
The Truth is a hard nickname. And he was under the radar.
Hey,
that's why they call him.
That's what I was trying to get at. That's the truth.
That's the truth.
You can do it, Mom. You can do it. You can get it done. You can get it done. That's the truth. We tap in. We go to the thought. We pull the thought together and we build the idea. That idea. If we hold it long enough, it will manifest with and through us. Tell you, man, you right. Bob
Parker.